You don't start your house by doing the roof. You start by doing the foundation. And the strength of every foundation determines the strength of the building itself. The foundation determines the durability. The foundation determines the height of the building. The foundation determines the strength of the building. And so when constructing a house, emphasis is always laid on foundation. And when it comes to our relationship with the Lord, our foundation is not joining a church. Our foundation is knowing Christ, who he really is, and having and entering into a personal relationship with him. Now, they have gone out and they have come back. And then the Lord asked them, who do the people say I am? Why did he ask the question? He wanted to know if they have gotten the revelation of who he is. And then they said one thing or the other. They said prophet Jeremiah. Some said this prophet. That one said Elijah. That one said this. And different prophets. And after they have finished answering him, he now asked them, who do you say that I am? Now, the answer you gave me is what they said. But what do you say? What do you say? Who am I? Do not forget they have been with him for 3 years. About 3 years. And he wanted to know if at this time they already have a revelation, an insight into who he really is. It's like everybody was quiet. Then Peter got up and Peter said, you are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. That is to say, you are the Messiah. The word Christ means Messiah. You are the Messiah that Israel has been waiting for. You are not just an ordinary man. You are the Son of God. You carry God's personality. You carry God's glory. And Jesus said, flesh and blood have not revealed this to you, which is to say that a man can talk to you about Christ, but it takes the Spirit of God to reveal Christ to you. Flesh and blood hasn't revealed this, and that's why he wanted to know if these people are having communion with God and God is opening their eyes and then the understanding they are gaining. And so he said, flesh and blood hasn't revealed this to you. It is the Spirit of my Father who has done this, who has revealed it to you. And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning, because this is the great foundation. Hear him. He said, Simon, he called his name Peter. Peter means small stone, small pebble, or small rock. And some assume that he's saying that, Peter, you are the rock upon which I'm going to build my church. Jesus can't build his church upon a man. What was Jesus trying to say? He says, upon this rock. What is the rock? The foundation. Because actually, when they build on rocks, they build on stones. When they build, they cut stones, to make their building. We make blocks, right? We bring sand and cement and some small sharp stones, small tiny grounded powder of stones, and rocks to fortify it. And some even add chemical to strengthen the block so that the block will be strong. So the block will not serve in place of real stone. But in those days when they build their houses, they go to the mountainside and cut rocks into shapes and then use it to lay their buildings. So they build upon the rock. And Jesus said, anyone who builds upon my words is like a man who builds his house on what? On the rock. Because the rock by its composition cannot sway like the tree when the wind blows. The rock does not melt when the heat of the sun is high. The rock cannot be washed away when there is torrential rain. So weather does not affect rock. The sun, the rain, the wind cannot move the rock. That's why the Bible tells us in Psalm 125 verse 1 that our faith and our confidence in God should be like Mount Zion. He said, those who trust in the Lord shall be what? Say they are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken. Mount, that's the mountain. Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken, but abides forevermore. That is a level of confidence that God expects you and I to have. The kind of confidence that nothing moves you, nothing moves me. The problems of life does not move you, does not move me. Now, so rock is the foundation. So he said, upon this rock, which rock? The revelation that Jesus is the Messiah, that Jesus is the Son of God. If you want to have a life that is solid, you must have a revelation of who Jesus is, a personal revelation of who Jesus is.